About 2016, I come out of college. I get a teaching job. You know what I'm saying? I'm making about $48,000 a year. First year out of college. Get my own apartment, get my spot, and I'm like, damn, I gotta do something. I gotta buy a bill. I gotta do something major before I turn 30. I felt like 30 was like this number that I had to do something worth living for. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I'm saving up for this building, and I'm just like, okay, I'm waiting on my mom. When I get this building, everything gonna change. You know, and I was able to save a nice chunk. I think I was saving like $400 a check at that time for what I was making for $4,800, $48,000 a year. That was decent, right? Yeah, so sure. $800 a month. I'm putting the bread up, boom, boom. Save up about $7,000. I'm able to put a down payment on my building. Get the building. Things start going right. Podcast popping. Get more eyes on me. I get somebody reached out for me for a job. I get the new job, and I work my ass off and work my way up. Now I'm really making some bread. I pretty much tripled my income. Over the course of 2 years, I pretty much tripled my income. So now I'm feeling like it's my moment, and I'm making the most money I ever made. I spent every dime of that shit, right? And it's just like, the thing is, when it comes to delaying gratification, we think we delaying gratification to get to a certain level. But once you get to that level, if you can't continue to delay gratification, you won't make it to the next level. Mm-hmm. So I think delayed gratification in our minds is this process to where you do it once, you make it, and you don't have to do it again. You could just have everything you want. Shit don't work like that at all. Yeah. And another thing that we just talked about before these cameras came on is that I think in a lot of other cultures, people actually want money. They actually want wealth. They want to be able to pass things down to their kids. Versus in our culture, not just black culture, but America in general, we don't really want money and wealth. We want things. Yeah. Like we want to get rich so we can buy that thing we want, not so we can actually just be rich, so we can actually just be wealthy, right? Yep.
If you lazy, you waking up at fucking 3 o'clock in the afternoon and shit like that.
Popping bottles.
You're setting the tone for everybody because you're the leader.
Popping pills.
That's just what comes with being a man.
Popping bitch ass niggas.
I don't want nobody making decisions over my life except me. Not a woman, not a judge, not an officer, not no motherfucker.
When them bullets hit them up, look like son had a seizure. Run up, give it up, you know the procedure. I be sipping Jack and honey.
I don't think nothing can make me feel like a man. I don't think nothing can make me not feel like a man.
Chains on my collar.
You can't take the benefits of being a man without the responsibilities.
Give you niggas halos on God in the cake.
Welcome back to another episode of Roses Are Dead. Your co-host Terry Roseland.
I'm also your co-host Jones.
All right, man, and this is the show where we walk the path of self-improvement. We invite you to walk that path with us as well. And on this show, we understand that everything is not our fault, but if you blame yourself, you make better decisions, man. We got a special guest today.
Yes, Ersky.
You want to go? What you want to go with? Real estate, Nate? You want to go with?
We could go with like real estate mogul Nate. We can go with
world traveler Nate.
World traveler. We can go with philanthropist. We can,
on tour.
We can go a lot of different directions. But how about we just gonna hand it over to the man himself. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
The most interesting man in the world.
Right. Cheers.
Man, listen.
Now, go ahead and introduce yourself, bro, and do not be humble. Don't hold back.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Let the people know who you are.
All right. First off, I'm happy to be here sitting in between y'all two, man. Sure. My name is Nate Randall, and I do all of the things that these guys just said.
They not lying on me.
Yeah, not lying. Primarily, I think I'm known for real estate and travel and philanthropy. Nonprofit.
Yeah.
And just a connector of people, a connector of good energy, a connector of people. I hope that's what I want to be known for, I guess. But happy to be here.
Absolutely.
Pleasure having
you. Connecting people is important. It's important. Being able to create community, I think, is one of the most gratifying experiences. I was talking about in a monologue earlier this morning about how like we talk about chasing our dreams and having these goals and things like that. And we think about what it's gonna do for us.
Yeah.
And we don't always think about what it's gonna do for somebody else, right? So I was thinking about like for example, I used the example of a bartender who want to open up this luxury, nice ass bar, but all they could see is the top level luxury bar, and they can see where they are right now. And because they can't connect the dots, they won't start, right? But if you could see yourself in that local bar first, you will start. But imagine what that local bar is going to do for that community. You know what I'm saying? That person who needed a friend, who needed a place to go decompress after work or whatever the case may be. And like the gratification from that is like what makes the whole process of it worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And when it comes to community and building community, Oftentimes, like most of us, we start from the bottom and shit. You know what I'm saying, or whatever that bottom is. So we starting from a place where you ain't at the top first. You know.
Yep.
So I think a lot of us, even me, at a point when you're trying to get to the next level, you try to network up. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to reach the next level you're reaching up to somebody with higher rank. And what's very underrated in our communities is networking across.
For sure. Yeah. And that ties into the delayed gratification piece.
Absolutely.
Network. We're going to get to that.
Yep.
But networking across, and you'll eventually work your way up because winning seasons come in seasons, right? Like when you network across, you're dealing with somebody who's on the same level of you, same grind as you, and you never know who's going to take off first. It's kind of like, it's easier to network across versus reaching up because networking or mentorship or whatever the case may be, it's an exchange of value. So you don't necessarily have the value to match where they're at, but me and you, we on the same level. You know what I'm saying? We can still work together and leverage our networks. It may not be as big, but these are seeds planted because in the next 5 years, we're all working. Somebody's going to go up. And then that person, now that they're there, you've built that connection so they can reach down and now you can come up.
Yeah.
And it just continues from there.
Yeah. I agree. I feel like when you networking up, the person who's up has got to choose you. Because like you say, it's an exchange. And normally when you networking up, the person up you don't got much that they probably need.
Exactly.
When you networking across, it's like y'all choosing each other.
Yeah.
For whatever that looks like. But I tell people on the networking wave, I always tell people, you wanna network or you just want to connect with the people that you need while you don't need them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like you know on both sides, giving and receiving. When you're messing with somebody or reaching out solely for you, certain people call your phone right now. You know there's an ask on the other side of that phone.
Yeah, for
right.
Sure.
Other people call, you might know that it's good conversation, it's good banter on the other side. It's a play on the other side of that, right? It's kind of like same thing when you're trying to network and mentor this and that. It's like the person you looking towards, they know why you reaching out. But if you reaching out with that person and networking while you don't need them and just building that genuinely, when you do actually need them, it come way easier because it's just like, oh yeah, you the home team at that point, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Absolutely. Two things that came to mind, and we gotta review the week in a second, but
for sure.
Two things that came to mind, man. One was when it comes to networking horizontally, I think some of it has to you have to pull your ego back a little bit, right? Because when it comes to the levels of where you are, regardless of how we're measuring these levels, you will get around a motherfucker and realize that you on the same level as the nigga that you didn't think you was on their level, right? So you might be a nigga, let's just say it's about money. You might be a nigga that's making 120, feeling like a nigga who makes 60, not on your level, till you meet a nigga who make 300 a month. You like, I'm way closer to this nigga that makes 60 than I thought I was, right? So it's some of that. And then also, damn, I forgot the other thing. What's the second half of what you was just saying?
The network is just networking with people while you don't need them.
Oh, I was gonna say as well. Even when you're trying to network up, everybody, it's something that everybody can take off of their plate, and it's something that everybody can add to whatever they're doing, right? And I think that's important to understand. So even if you're networking up, and you say you hollering at, I'm hollering at a black coffee shop who has they booming, and this dude got whatever he got going on. But the marketing fucking sucks. He just booming off of however he making it work. He has no social media presence. I could help with that. Even though I'm networking up. It's something that I could add to. It's something that it's a gap that I could fill.
Yep.
Or even if he got everything popping, nigga, I will walk around and post flyers of this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta come with something to offer.
Yep. You could offer something. It's something that they're doing that they don't feel like doing that you could take off their plate. You get what I'm saying?
Good example of that. You know Hector?
Yep.
Hector.
On the fitness and trainer?
Yeah. How he got his mentor. His mentor was super up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He got introduced to him. His mentor is really big in real estate. Jamal. You know who that is?
I think so. I don't know in person.
The S&2 podcast, he be hanging out with Eric Thomas and them or whatever.
Yep.
But he really big in Chicago, owned a lot of property in Chicago. And how he got that mentorship was he offered to train him. And that was the value he had.
Yep.
And so he offered to train, of course, for free. You know what I'm saying? But just to get, just to show him that, hey, I'm not just coming to take from here. I want to add value. And now that relationship, obviously paid off really good to have that type of person mentoring you or whatever. But anytime you want mentorship, anytime you want to reach out to somebody to take from them, make sure you have something to offer, something. Because it don't have to be like this big thing. Motherfucker is going to respect that you came with, like, hey, this is what I can do for you type shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So, and that'd be the scary thing about relationships, though, is that, like, girls are so easy to fuck on vacation. It's just like...
But and
girls are really easy to fuck on vacation.
You know what
makes extremely, like, crazy.
You know what make it worse? When you go on these trips with your homies, sometimes some of the shit you get yourself into or some of the women that you sleep with, she has, like, a whole family back at home. Like...
What a boyfriend.
That's what scares you because it's a situation where like you want to be like, yeah, I came to Miami and saw Shorty in a club and I got that pussy. She fucked with me. Nah,
you was just there.
She was finna do a dick in Miami. You just so happened to be the one that she
was in the
did.
line of fire.
And that's what when you realize that's what scares you.
Listen, you know what the other
because it's like anybody can get it. It's that
the cheat code coming into
are solo trips appropriate for a relationship?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Where? Like any.
No. All business aside, how was your week?
My week was great. Week was great. One of the highlights was my lady. We had got into a discussion earlier in the week, and I think probably like 3 days later, she was like, "Hey, remember when we was talking about? You know what I'm saying? We was kind of going back and forth, or whatever." She was like, I was waiting to say this. I wasn't gonna say it then, but she was like, "You was eating me up. Like you was making hella points." She was like, I literally said in my head, like, "Fuck, he's right." And I'm just like, and I remember in that moment, I'm stoic. I'm just pointing out all of the logical things. I'm like, babe, like this is that, whatever, blah blah blah. She was, I wasn't gonna tell you then, but you was right. So that don't happen often. So that's the highlight of my week.
So is that like a form of apology?
That was a form of an apology.
You was eating me up.
Yeah.
Unacceptable. Unfucking acceptable. I need to hear, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Wait. Yeah, that wasn't, but she did say I apologize. She did say that.
All right. Oh, you was eating me up. Fuck all that. Fuck all that.
You was clocking my tea. Like, what does that mean exactly? That's funny as hell.
How was your week, bro?
Week was good. This was a good week. This is the first time in a long time that I've spent like a full 7 days in Chicago. So a lot done.
That's funny. I'm surprised that I'm like, damn, I see this. I see bro. Multiple times.
Like, I'll come in like 2-3 times a month, but it's normally like 2, 3, 4 day stints. So no, week was good. We got to do the Bobby and Singer joint, which was top tier. That was just a good time. I like them type of settings. If that's the vibe, I got to get out more. But the week was good. Some good real estate stuff and just connecting with people. So yeah.
Absolutely, man. My week highlight, I say it was the Bobby situation, the Bobby and Sig. I like when bro come to town. If y'all don't know, that's the guy who's it's a lot of people who do it now, but he's like the most popular probably guy on YouTube who DJs while sitting in this ambiance ass room with the vibes and shit. He on tour, and it just be dope. It'd be a dope experience. Shout out to Adanya. Is it Adanda? Adanya. That's how you say it. Adanya. I think it's Adanya.
Adanya. Hope. If it's not, sorry. But
Adanya. And it's crazy. I chopped it up with her on Instagram after, like, giving her flowers and stuff. I just don't know how to pronounce it. But went fucking crazy.
She went crazy.
Oh, I say it's the highlight of the night.
Listen, I
Shout
hit
out
her.
to Bobby, but she smoked that shit.
Yeah, listen, I hit her. I need the link. I hit her up like, listen, I need the link to the mix. ASAP. The whole joint was. I really like the mashup. That's my favorite, like, area within music, and she had the joint.
She had nice. The
mashups, like when you play
my god,
mashups.
Bro. She
Top
was
tier on the mashups.
And she had them coming back to back to back to back.
My favorite one was whichever one was with the Chris Brown, Ain't No Way.
I can't even think of it.
Oh yeah.
She smoked it, bro. I forgot. She had Novocaine over a whole nother beat.
Yep.
Yeah, she was going crazy.
So they coming to Charlotte next week.
Okay.
And so I've been talking with their management and all that good stuff, trying to get one of my good people So I hit him up like, yo, who opening up for opportunity, networking, all that good stuff. I hit him up like, yo, da-da-da-da-da. You know, we connected a little bit.
Yep.
Rami connected with Bobby and the manager because she did the little video marketing joint.
That joint comes across my timeline.
She the reason for all the ticket sales. so I'm talking to them, whatever like that. I'm like, yo, who opening up for Charlotte? And they like, we ain't got nobody yet. So I'm trying to work to get one of my homegirls to do the opening joint there.
Oh, that's love.
You know.
You know what's dope about that? Because what is he doing? What are they doing? They listen to other people's music, DJing or whatever, and that's another perfect example of your gift will make room for you.
For sure.
My man is on tour, playing other people's music.
Yep.
Playing other people's music.
Playing other people's music on tour.
Dancing, singing.
Ain't nothing.
Nigga ain't even mixing the music.
He's just
playing
vibing.
that shit.
He's just playing it and mashing it together, the transition, and he just up there. He's literally enjoying it just like we enjoying it.
Yeah.
And on tour. That's so
Absolutely,
your gift will
man.
make room for you, man.
Hey, yeah, so that was the highlights of the week. Let's highlight this for the week though, man.
Yeah,
John
Zersky.
Basile, man. John Basile. This is a special drink to me because John Basile, the owners of this, Duimo, was on probably one of the first 10 podcasts I ever did.
Oh wow.
He's one of the first guests that we ever had. TJ, was John Basile the first guest we ever had? Yep. For real? Because he was in the living room in Face House, which is like crazy. Like, yeah. So he might have been the first guest I've had. The owner of this tequila, man. It's a black owned tequila. This tequila is fire. They got the Reposado out. They really did it from the ground because when they first dropped, they only had Blanco because they had to age it. So they ain't come out with no bullshit. They just threw it.
Oh, we got Reposado.
They had Blanco, and a few years later they had you know what I'm saying, Repo, and they got the Anejo. You know what I'm saying? So
That's fire.
shout out to John Basile.
Shout out to you, black man.
Shout out for sure.
Yeah. Made in Chicago by a black man. Well, not made in Chicago. It's probably made in Mexico. But black man, yeah.
We ain't mad at that.
Absolutely, man. Let's go to voicemails, man. Let's go to voicemails. I haven't even checked it, actually. If y'all not leaving us no voicemails, we need y'all to leave us a motherfucking voicemail. Y'all be DMing me asking for the phone number. The phone number is in the description of the podcast, whether it be on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, whatever it is. And I'm going to get to you right now. It's 773-340-1509, man. We want to hear from y'all. We love hearing from y'all. You know what I'm saying? Get your questions answered however you want to do it. Google Voice. Let's get it. Carter upstairs doing DJ practice right now. He got his first gig on the 22nd.
Yeah. I seen him do a couple joints.
And they're not saying anything.
While you loading it, I'm gonna say this. I told my nephews, I'm like, and they're like younger 20s. I'm like, yo, go be a DJ. I wish if I was younger, if I was 10 years younger, I'd have picked that up as like a hustle because it don't really interfere with 9 to 5.
It don't.
And you getting paid to be in the places that normally people are paying to be at. You know what I mean?
Some of you will be anyway. And the per hour is getting crazy. Like the last DJ we hired, it was $500 an hour. I remember niggas was used to getting like $200 an hour, like $500 for the party.
I was gonna
like,
say, I was doing like $350, $400 for the you did.
Yeah, dude, niggas starting to hit that. And these is like some of the top, you know what I'm saying, guys in the city who doing the everyday peoples and things like that. So $500 a while.
I'm gonna see if I can network. I think I was networking across. I used to mess with Commando back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he did a couple joints for me. We did the Yacht Party. Commando DJ. I want to say back then, I don't know what the rate was, but I know his rate crazy now.
I think it's
I heard his rate was like $450 an hour, and that was a couple years ago.
Commando might be getting a stack an hour. This one, he got the radio joint on lock.
Yeah.
Shout out Commando.
And it's like it's enough room because this DJs be popping up left and right, and every time I follow a new DJ, they be booked every weekend. Every weekend.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. I really like music, but I'm not like musically inclined.
Yeah.
Somebody sent me back in March like a link for a show or like a class in Charlotte, like teaching how to DJ. Yeah. It was like, yo, you should check it out, boom, boom. And I'm like, all right. I checked it out. I bought the equipment like same night. Yeah. I only be in the crib with it. Like no crowd, no nothing, whatever like that. But like on some just almost just like creative juices type of whatever. Like sometimes I just cut the joint on, go for like 30 minutes, an hour, whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that sounds like a good ass stress reliever. Like you just chilling and you just get to playing around with shit.
1000%. It's been cool. It's been cool.
Absolutely, man. I had Carter trying to mix Good Life and Pretty Young Thing, you know, putting them on. He got a lot. I don't know how he be finding out about our era of music. I get kids are born knowing who Michael Jackson is.
Yeah.
Like, no bullshit. That's a fact. Right?
It's like on the way here, Jesus like, this is Mike.
Just so you know.
Yeah, like, give or take. It's some artists are now too though.
What you mean?
When do y'all think Finito came out?
2013.
Yeah.
2013. Okay, cool. Yeah. So that's like collegiate years.
Yeah.
I got a homie who got a high schooler, and I was just asking her high schooler like, do you know Finito? Do you know the words of Finito? And boom, she started giving it to me, and she's a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
2013, and I was like,
it was 2.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's a timeless joint.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so they be doing some shit, man. They be doing some shit. We don't have no voicemail, so we're gonna jump straight into it. So Nate, you've done one real estate seminar that I've been at, maybe 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
However, when I had you come out, I think it was May of last year. We sat down with the young kids, some of the parents was there, and we did the real estate seminar. And a majority of what you talked about wasn't real estate. It was actual delayed gratification. Like, if I had to sum it up, right?
Okay.
But it was a lot of like, you have to live before, like, it don't matter what the fuck I tell you about how to buy a house, right? Like,
stuff.
You gotta like have the way you look at money. Your relationship with money has to be a certain way for any of this shit to work.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Where did you learn delayed gratification?
I say just through probably growing up, watching it on a day-to-day from just like my people, and just having those things kind of, I guess, like instilled. I don't really know. I guess you just kind of like see it around you.
Take this. Can you take this to the door so she can make y'all drink?
Yep. I just I guess I'm gonna say I saw it within my parents and stuff like that, or you just kind of experiencing it a little bit in little ways. I think the things be like stuff happens and you don't know what it's doing while it's happening, but then it pays like the dividends or the detriments later.
I want you to answer that question. I want you to think a little deeper, because how old was you when you first started real estate?
23.
23, cool. So when I was 23, I had some discipline. You know what I'm saying? I had goals and everything, but I don't think the average 23-year-old understands delayed gratification. Okay. So what clicked for you to be like, okay, I got to do this, and I'm going to look up. I'm just going to put my head down and I'm going to look up when I'm 30.
Yep.
I didn't have that mindset. I wanted to win 6 months from now.
Okay. Yeah, I man, I'm gonna say God. I ain't even have enough within me to be like, I figured that out.
Yeah.
I really be feeling like God knew that I would know what to do with the blessings. And so it was like, all right, boom, here it is. I stumbled into the real estate off of this. People always thought we fresh out of college. I'm living in New York. So it's super expensive to live. You either got to have like a social life or a saving life. You can't have both coming out of college and boom, boom. I hear people all the time talk about retiring early. You always hear that. I'll retire when I'm 40. People never say how.
Yeah.
I never hear nobody be like, I'm going to retire and this is how. So I'm like, all right, I want to retire early too, but like, how we going to make this happen? So I'm trying to think through, how can I find something that will pay me on a consistent basis? Like similar to a 9 to 5. Like if I'm thinking of long-term retirement, I'm not thinking of like one lump sum. I'm thinking of like consistent, whatever. And so I really think that's how I stumbled into real estate, to be like, okay, I'm gonna do the rentals. And then the delayed gratification was like, first deal, I'm making some money, but I'm not making life-changing money. But I'm understanding that because most people, they get their first property, investment property, and that's extra money to spend.
Yeah.
That's where the delayed gratification part kicked in, because I'm like, okay, it took me this amount of time to get this one. If I use that plus the same method I did to get this one, I can get the next one quicker. And boom, boom, boom. And then before I look up, I'll get to a point where I will make enough off of this cash flow wise to be able to not work anymore and retire. And so that was the early game plan.
For sure.
Yep.
Absolutely. So what's the top of the hill? Like, or is it a top of the hill? To the point where, okay, you get the first one, and you still have this mind state of like, all right, I haven't arrived yet. So let me put all of the money that I'm making off of this back into it to speed it up. And then you do it again and again. At what point do you start spending money?
I guess whenever you decide, for me, I always had the mindset of like, if I'm living, I always feel like I'm enjoying myself at whatever point that I'm in. And so I'm like, well, if I'm enjoying myself at this level, I don't really got to do anything to change that just because the income is changing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. And then I think there's a piece about it too that's like, when you're making those decisions and you seeing it kind of go to the side, it makes it easier not to do it. Right. But on the delayed gratification piece, it's got to get to a place. When you first looking at it and you got like a couple $1,000s, you like, man, it's going to take forever to get where I'm trying to get to. I might as well just blow through it. This couple grand ain't going to matter. But then once you start getting some of them incremental numbers, you start feeling better about it. So you start getting more motivated to like watch that number grow, you know? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now I'm sitting up here because that's to realize that at that age, and we still young. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what y'all young niggas say. We not unks. You know, but
I'm unk. Fuck that.
well, you're 35, so yeah, you are unk. But yeah, no, I didn't have too much to add to that. I'm just not in agreement.
Oh, my bad. All right, so I got a little distracted. So I'm gonna ask you this, right? Like growing up, first I wanted the I think it was a Z1 BMW or some shit. It was on Project Gotham.
Mercedes,
the little small BMW, kind of like a Porsche a little bit. Then I seen a Porsche 911. It was the rawest shit in the world, and it was the BMW X6 truck. I was like, when I get some money, I'm getting that, and I'm getting that rose gold Rolex that Dame Dash had on. Okay. In the fucking video in like 90 whatever, right? Okay. And I seen Kanye with the rose gold joint on too. So as a kid, I'm like, rose gold Rolex, BMW X6, Porsche 911.
Ooh, the X6 I wanted that motherfucker so bad.
Absolutely. What are some things that you always wanted coming up in a Pelly jacket? What's some of the things that you always wanted coming up that once you got the resources, you were still able to be like, nah, I don't give no fuck about that shit.
Yep. The cars.
Yeah.
For sure. My pops always had nice cars. Yeah. And he always was swapping them out. I felt like every 3-4 years. Every time they would come up, my dad was like, I hear back before I was born, he's big on Cadillacs. But by the time I came around, he was big on Lexus. Every time they come out with the new class, boom, he swap. And he'd be like, not swapping them out. He'd be like adding on and, you know, keeping the one he got and then getting the next one, whatever. Right? Yeah. So I'm like, you know, whatever. My pops so I'm like, yeah, when I start having, I'm on the same type of time. You know what I mean? I'm whatever the Lexus big joint at that time, like I'm going for that. My dad gave me a Lexus when I turned 16. It was a 98. So it's 08. He gave me a 98. It's like 10 years old, but still a Lexus in high school. And it was like the Jay-Z joint, you know? Like,
the bubble.
You know,
the
for sure. You seen Coretta at the I still listen. So my dad gave me that when I was 16. I'm 33. I still have that car.
Yeah.
Right? Runs good, you know, a little whatever. But to this day, I have never bought a car. I've never had a car note. I've never purchased a car. And smart, so that's the joint where you like, what's the thing? I always felt like, I'm like, right now on a weekly basis, I want that Cybertruck bad. Yeah. I want that Cybertruck so bad. At one point in time, I had put down the little deposit for it and everything. They took my deposit money because I was like, all right, no, don't do it, whatever, you know. So I'm gonna say the cars for sure. I don't know when I'm gonna actually grab something, but
for sure.
Interesting. So you've been thinking about getting a Cybertruck.
Yep.
Clearly, you have the money to maintain the note. Like you could maintain the note.
Okay.
But in your brain, it's like this isn't a smart decision right now. You know what I'm saying?
At some point in time, you gotta pull it, but I don't know. I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. Do you have and this is gonna sound crazy. Think about it. Do you have a scarcity mindset when it comes to money? And what I mean by that is going back to zero. Like it's like you treat yourself, but you still in the back of your mind, you visualize like, I don't want to be back to where I was. So it's like you kind of timid in your spending.
I don't necessarily think it's that. I just think like, and you was talking about it earlier as far as before we started shooting on, you know, people wanting money to want things. Yeah. Right. And so for me, the things that I like genuinely get happy about, the things I genuinely want, I can afford those things at this level without touching that money. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so it's just like, all right.
So you saying you can afford these things with your on some 9-to-5 shit without none of the real estate income? Is that what you're saying?
Well,
Just to
that's what
clarify
just to clarify, I've never in 10 years, it'd be 10 years in February, I've never touched $1 of real estate money unless it was to get more real estate.
Wow.
Whether it's HELOC money coming out or whether it's monthly cash flow from rent, I have never seen $1 of that money
You've never spent that money on materialistic things.
on anything but real estate.
Anything.
Groceries.
Nigga ain't even bought a sandwich.
White people but real estate. So, but at the same time too, just to like for clarity purposes, most people, if you just have one source of income and you work in a 9-to-5, from that 9-to-5, you're looking to, pay your living, have some fun, do your savings, pay your tithes, and you're trying to do all that from that one check. The real estate is like my savings.
Okay.
So from the 9-to-5, I'm not saving anything.
Okay.
Right? Where like most people are carving that piece out. I'm gonna put that in. That's the caveat where it's like the savings is the real estate. When people are like save 10, 15, 20%, whatever the case may be, I'm not doing that from the 9-to-5 check. So that allows me to spend more on other things.
Gotcha.
But if you're not delayed gratification, if you're not spending every month on a note and insurance, okay, I'm probably spending it on travel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Oh, this one last thing.
Go ahead, go crazy.
I was in a car. I was in somebody's car. I was in a rental car like 2 weeks ago. Cause I be contemplating getting a car all the time. I was in a rental car and it was whatever it was. Nothing crazy. A Hyundai or Honda. I don't know. And I used to have a company car and then they took the car because I got a different role. Inside the rental car I was in, I felt just like I felt when I was inside the car that the company car was. And the company car was a Mazda, just like a Honda or a Hyundai. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, when you're driving the car, you don't know what you're driving. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the car that you like and you like how it looks, when you, the person who is paying for this car, is driving the car, you don't even get to see how good the car looks.
I'm not getting a Maybach to drive that motherfucker.
I want my neighbor to have a Maybach so I can see it.
I want to be in the back seat of my shit. I want to drive. If I get a Maybach,
I felt good driving certain cars. I can't disagree with
you
that.
do know. Listen, I feel good as well, but I also feel good. Like how much time are you spending in said car?
Not much.
I'm spending more time on a beach somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Than in this car that's getting the same place as my 98.
All right, let me ask you this, because I think that I said this on here before, right? My father had nice cars as well, but it wasn't like new cars. It was just like older cars that he was just paint jobs and rims and sounds and all of this shit, sunroofs and all this shit, right? And I remember when we moved, I always liked his cars. I always but it wasn't like a big deal because I wasn't involved with neighbors in different neighborhoods we lived in. But when we moved to Roseland, my pops, I'm the new kid on the block. I'm like in 5th grade. I'm trying to make friends and shit like that. And my pops got this loud ass car with these big ass rims, this nice ass paint job, nice ass tent and all that shit. So when we pull up, I get out the car, pops get out the car. All the grown niggas is, damn, see that motherfucker. I'm talking about, nigga, we pull up this car every day. They say shit every day. Like, get the car. Like, they like, oh, it's still nice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every day, right? And then, like, I was like the kid who dad got a nice car, right? So I got some play off the car just as far as making friends and shit like that. All right, cool. That made me think I was into cars. Okay. Right? Like, but I was really into the validation that came from the car. But I didn't think that. I'm thinking like, damn, I want a raw ass car too. So as I get older, I got my last car was this Genesis car. It was like a Prada interior. It was like a nice car, right? And I felt good about the car and shit like that for like a month or two. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then like you kind of just don't give a fuck. You eating and leaving fries and shit between the seats of the car. Like, you really don't give a fuck.
You say a Prada interior?
Yeah.
You leave his food in between the...
It's your car.
You get used to it.
Like,
Okay, all right.
You fall asleep in the car, all type of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, whatever. So, I had realized I didn't really stop caring about the material things. And I'm talking about just cars. I'm talking about like, even at this point, clothes and shit like that. Like, but I've never really bought expensive clothes and shit, like regardless of where I was financially. But maybe a couple of pieces and shit. But when the podcast started popping and it was like the validation that came from something that took real effort and real, thought. And it's like, we're not getting validation because I date this chick that's cute, or because I got this car because of this, because of that. It's because I thought of an idea and I think of these ideas weekly and I put it out and people gravitate to it, and boom, and now I'm getting validated for that. And that's when I was like, I don't give a fuck about some clothes, a car, none of that. So it made me realize that a lot of this shit don't really be, we trick ourselves into believing that we like certain things that we don't like. We just like how it makes us look, how it makes us feel, so on and so forth. Do you feel like that when it comes to material shit as well? Like, because you already have arrived in certain ways that you just don't need that type of shit.
I'd like to think that I had always like just some parts of me that wasn't overly into the materialistic type of deal, but I will say I don't even think it was the success thing. It's like learned behavior. Like when you're in school and you seeing people every single day, like it's a thing. It's just like it carries. It's just like culture and all those good things. Like your brand is kind of helped determined by how you dress and all those type of things, and how you stand out or what statements you make. So when I was on those type of times, I was like that. I will say now I'm not like that at all. I don't know how much of that is success versus how much of that is lifestyle.
Gotcha.
So I work 100% remote. I don't have to put on. I don't have to go buy work clothes. Yeah. Right? The church I go to on Sunday morning, I could wear this exact fit. Hat on. Right? Hat on. When I was in office, whatever the protocol might have been, just the short sleeve collar joint, I'm coming with the tie and the whole, but it's just like, I'm not necessarily there anymore. The thing on the materialistic pieces is like, whatever things people think or are saying, they're never saying it to you. So I just don't really like think about it. Right. And I, whatever. I know that's not my joint. I'll go to the store and buy, if I really like these pants. No lie. My suitcase is in the car right now. I got 2 more pair of these with me. Yeah. Same, you know what I'm saying?
Same color, everything.
Same color. Right. I really like when they got this little zip joint on the, you know what I'm saying? And that's what sold me.
This nigga say I'm 40 right now.
Listen.
He got the zipper on it.
My dad be saying like, listen, man, you need to go get you some dress, whatever. So yeah, I don't, that type of stuff. I think the biggest flex in life, not the biggest, but I think way more important than the material joints is like the ability to do what you want.
Yeah.
Right. And so with that, if I want to put it on and I never really do, then it's like, I'll look to figure that out.
And I think knowing that you can makes you not, I feel like I felt, I care more about impressing or more about like people knowing that I had something when I didn't have it.
Yeah.
Versus like when you get it, you don't give a fuck if niggas know if you got it or not. Like it's so much easier to tell a chick I'm not buying her a drink because I got money now. Like, when they ain't had no bread, I'm like, I gotta get this drink.
Hey, TJ, send me $20.
Nigga, it was like, damn, it's so much easier. Bro, the other day, I was just talking shit to somebody and I invited them out. And they was like, oh, you gonna buy my ticket? I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. Before them, I'm like, damn, gee, I didn't. Nah, I gotta get the ticket. Like, ooh, nah, bro, I don't give a fuck. Like, no.
Speaking of what you said, bro, as far as like feeling like that, being able to put that shit on and whenever you choose, but what's most important, it bring me back to the Breakfast Club interview with Damon Dash.
That's my favorite Breakfast Club.
Not the first
interview.
one.
The first one.
The first one too. But I just
one.
recently watched the second one because, like, I don't necessarily be when some shit come out. I just don't. Whatever. I finally got some time. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to that Damon Dash joint, and I listened to it all the way through. And I'm like, I'm with Damon the whole entire time. Like, I'm with Damon the whole entire time. But a point he had made when they was talking about like being rich and like is my view better than yours, and like Dame was saying like, bro, lifestyle. I'm richer than you. Like my lifestyle is better. Like I can move when I want to move. Like you've been sitting in this room for 15 years. Grant, okay, cool. It's what you want to do. But if you think about like the richness of being able to wake up whenever I want to wake up, go over here whenever I want, like just to having autonomy, full autonomy over your life, like I would choose that, you know what I'm saying, over it's easy for me to say sitting in the radio station because they could truly enjoy that, but I got the point. And now where I'm at, I don't like, I've never been like, you know, design. I've never been inside of the Gucci store and bought anything. I've never been inside a Prada, no designer store. Like I've been in there and bought shit and ran up none of that shit. And my confidence came as a shorty. Like I've always had confidence, especially cause like results bring confidence. I'm getting the girls, you know what I'm saying? I'm personable. I got friends. I ain't never did any of these things. You know what I'm saying? I have a shit ton of black t-shirts. I have a shit ton of white t-shirts.
It makes
like
it easy.
it can really, but in the sense that where it's certain events when it's time to do that, cool.
For sure.
But to feel validated and to get confidence from every day you walk out the house, you feel like you gotta be dressed to the line or whatever the case may be, going to the grocery store. Like it's something that it's an insecurity that lies there somewhere.
Yeah.
Give or take, because I will say this. It's hard in Chicago because I feel like Chicago is a fashionable city.
I don't give a fuck.
I feel like people in Chicago just like not even on notes. It's just like embedded. I feel like Chicago's like some of the best dressers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they will go to the grocery store with it on. You know what I mean? Like when I'm in Charlotte, it's like you know, you can see the differences a lot. So
yeah, I get that, man. Moving out the delayed gratification piece, let's go into some relationship things when it comes to investing, right?
Okay.
So you in a relationship? You single right now?
I'm in a relationship.
Okay, cool. How does investing play a role in your relationship? Does it play a role? Is it like I do what I do, my girl is here, she can enjoy herself, she do her thing, or is it like a collaborative effort, or will it ever turn into a collaborative effort?
The thing is, yes, for sure, it's a collaborative effort from jump, but the investments may look different. Everybody's not necessarily in real estate, and everybody's not necessarily ready for it, or necessarily got the desire for it. The investment is in, I say, the person, right? Like that is where whatever that lane is for that individual. The investment there to where there's growth. Yeah. Right. And not necessarily being stagnant. So the real estate thing I do it by myself, but there's conversations there for sure. And I tell people all the time, like if you're dating and you're not married and you're doing the real estate wave, like you got to get a property off of FHA and your partner's got to get a property off of FHA before y'all get married so that y'all can take advantage of the 2-for-1. Once you get married, it's just like one. So I would, before I ever get married, I definitely got to get a FHA on both sides, but separate from that, I'm not pushing that per se on.
Can you let people know what FHA is?
First time homeowners program for when you buying a property. Yeah. If it's 4 units or less, they'll give you almost like 96% of the loan. They'll cover your down payment to be like as low as 3.5, 4%. Yeah, for that property. So it's like take advantage of that.
When still talking about investing, you've been in a relationship. So like in real estate, obviously, when you're looking at a property, you know, you're looking at the potential of it.
For sure.
And you wouldn't necessarily.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah, you're looking at the potential of it.
This guy.
I've seen it. Listen, I see it when I'm watching y'all podcast. Yeah. Live? Wow. Come on.
For sure. So you're looking at a property and you can see the potential in it. So in real estate, you're investing your money and obviously delayed gratification because you know what's on the back end. But like with your relationship, nobody's gonna, like, these are two different people coming together as one and living, just coexisting with one another. You invest in time.
Yep.
You invest also money, but you invest in it. The only reason you're giving up your time, which is more valuable than the money, because you see a better version of y'all together.
Okay.
Whatever. So talk about the patience that you may have, because I'm pretty sure. How long y'all been together?
A long time.
Okay. So, and look, it's still room to grow.
For sure. You talking about him in crisis, huh?
This nigga's stupid.
Oh man.
So go ahead. So just speak to that as far as the investment mindset when it comes to a relationship, and especially this. I think you're gonna have a good perspective because y'all been rocking for a while.
Yeah. So I would say that.
Thank you, sir.
When you're trying to invest in a person, I like the comparison on a property standpoint because right, you're looking at potential and just like a property or when you're in a relationship, you and your partner are at a certain point in time when you are acquired,
Okay,
if you will, right? On both sides, not just my partner, but myself as well. And you want, y'all got properties, so it's like you want that equity
Yeah.
Okay.
to be building, right? You want that appreciation. He started this. I'm just trying to stay within the lane. He started this.
Disclaimer, babe.
Right? You want that appreciation, you want that equity, and so you're looking at that. Now, at the same time, different from a property. For a property, I want the ugliest house on the block. I want the most dilapidated, right? And I take pride in being able to put that work in. Right?
Build
to
it up.
take that property where it needs to go to. You don't want to do that in a property. You do not want the most the project that needs the most work.
Yeah.
Not at all, right? But at the same time, on an internal standpoint, it's like what's your just like properties, right? There's two different prices. When you own the property, is the price you think the property is worth.
Okay.
Right, and then there's the price that the market will tell you this property is worth.
Right.
On both sides. So it's like with that, it's a continuing grounding of like, what is that person bringing? What am I bringing? How can we complement each other? And if nothing else, because most relationships don't work, right?
Yeah, facts.
Most relationships don't work. So I say in all relationships, business, personal, relationship, I'm two roles: chief positivity officer and chief reality officer, right?
I like that.
So chief reality officer realizes like most relationships don't work. I'm trusting that the relationships, and we all trust when we're in that relationship that it's going to work. If nothing else, there's got to be growth to the point at whatever time that relationship ends that the time wasn't wasted.
Okay.
Even if y'all don't spend the rest of y'all life together, you was able to get some stuff. They was able to get some stuff. Both of you all are leaving this thing better than y'all came into it. Just like a property.
Yeah.
Right? Like some joints is a fix and flip.
Yeah.
Some joints is buy and hold. On both sides. I want all this stuff to go both sides. I don't know how they be in y'all comments. I don't want them to think I'm like one-sided with it, but both sides.
Absolutely. That was a lot, man. That was a lot. You don't want to buy the ugliest house on the block. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to your relationship. Do you want to buy the most expensive house on the block when it comes to your relationship?
No.
So you want like a midi house.
A midi house.
No, listen.
You don't want like a little lipstick
You want
lipstick job house.
how it what's the description look like? It's like it's got solid bones. When you go to like,
I mean, they got a finished basement.
It's got solid bones.
Is
It's
it a
real
hole in the
gym.
roof?
It's a gym.
Is it a fucking hole?
How's the
loose
plumbing?
screws?
It's a quaint place.
In the roof.
It's like you want something that's it's a hidden gem. That's what you're looking for.
For sure. You definitely want a hidden gem.
You looking for a hidden gem.
You definitely
The baddie
want
with
to.
200
You want.
followers, for sure.
You definitely want to buy. You want the house on the property. You want to buy the house on the property that's not popping right now. It's not gentrified or whatever the case may be. Versus you going into the neighborhood with the fucking high rises and all of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then when it blow up, you was here first.
Yep. Yeah. Merging the last topic in this topic. When you're looking at you said gentrification and looking at like the whatever that value is from a relationship standpoint. Man, I lost my joint. I had something.
For sure. You
We'll
want
keep going.
if it pop back up, let me know.
Yep.
Let's talk about like your relationship with your father. It sounds like you got a very close relationship with your dad.
Yep.
He's involved in a lot of the real estate plays. It looks like. I think you told me at one point, was he property manager? Or
I call him my property manager because he's my pops. Yep.
For sure. So of course, y'all grew up in the same household together.
Yep.
He's always dad. How did going into business with your dad work? How did it start? Is it always smooth? Is it rocky at times? Is he still dad in business, or is it like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes just like, hey pops, look,
Hey, chill out, man.
Yeah. No, one is great overall, because it's like you wanna be able to talk to your people every day and all those type of things. I would talk to my dad every day, but to be able to talk about this and there's like potential money to be made involved, like that's a great conversation, right? I wouldn't say in the business side that there are times that he's like dad, but he's dad in the sense of like the things that he does or thinks in fatherhood. I see that on the business side too, right? So like, I think it's a great relationship. I tell people it's like, I think I'm the balloon and he's the weight. But you kind of like need each other. Sometimes I'd be like too out of here. You know what I mean? And I might have like made a bad move. Sometimes he's like, where we at is good. This is fine. Let's just stay right here, right? And it's like that balance of like, let's push it forward, but let's be like grounded while we're doing it. So it's a good relationship.
Absolutely. And did he play a role in like starting you up? Did he play a role in your like? Is he just property manager or like what else? Does he? I mean,
he's
flipping with you?
I call him property manager, and he's business consultant because I am. We scoping all the plays together. You know what I mean? We're scoping all the plays together. I'm definitely taking in that insight. There are times where I'm like, where we may disagree, and I'm steady moving forward, and on the back end we'll be like, hey, you know what? This was good or bad. You know what I mean? But it's no like odds or love loss or anything like that. Like it's business, and then we able to like close that conversation and come right back into the father son way. So definitely business consultant and like being able to strategize and run plays for the real estate.
For sure.
Yep.
So when it comes to you having a son in the future, having a daughter in the future, whatever the case may be, how would you set things up for your future kids? Would it be different if it's a boy or girl? And how would you set it up for them as far as real estate? Are you just giving it to them? Like, hey, look, here go 3-4 buildings or whatever. Or are you saying like, hey, look, this is how you do this. I'll hold your hand through it and you got to figure it out.
Hold on to that. Remember that. But before we leave from off the father, so Pops obviously gave you advice with real estate. What about relationships?
Yep, for sure. I talked about Pop. Me and my Pops are like really good, solid relationships. So like in the best friend category for sure. So I'm having conversations, but I think the other piece too is like, there are the things, I think when it comes to those things, sometimes it's a little bit of like what I really think I should tell you, or sometimes it's like what I should tell you as a father. You know what I mean? Just depending on the topic. So I've seen it go both ways.
Okay.
Yep. On the standpoint of like having future kids and those type of things, I think off the rip, by the time they get to college, right now I got 8 buildings. I don't have any children. I foresee it to be that when they get to college, I'll be able to say, hey, this building is going to pay for your college, and whatever the leftovers are is like, yo, spend the money. Boom. When you finish college, and I'm working with somebody right now for like a trust, because what I'm realizing is like everybody don't necessarily stick to the plan. So I can like put all these plays together, give them this stuff, and they sell it, have an idea to do something else, lose all the money, and we back at square one. So I think
usually how it happens.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I'm working on trying to put together a trust so that the real estate always continues to run, and they're able to get some byproduct from that real estate and do whatever they want to do with that, whether it's to live off it and be lazy or to use it to fund their dreams or whatever.
So it'd be like a recurring payment as they receive throughout life, to where it's like no matter how much I fuck up, I know this bread gonna keep coming.
I don't know, man, because it's like it'd be gift and curse. When you see people who are like in a good place and then they have kids, it be going one way or the other. So I don't want to set them up for failure. Yeah. I don't think like I had like a crazy upbringing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tricky. I'm gonna be looking at y'all, man. To see,
it ain't no right playbook on it, because you could raise 2 kids. They could be twins, raise them the exact same way, and they could come out completely different.
For sure.
We had some twins that I taught before. They was in 8th grade. One of them was the valedictorian. The other one used to drive a stolen car to school and park in the teacher's parking lot every day. And he knew we was gonna tell him to move the car, and he would park it every day in the teacher's parking lot just so we can tell him to move the car. And they lived a block away from the school, so the valedictorian is walking to school.
Yep.
The other kid is like driving the stolen.
Did we run into that kid?
Identical twins.
Did we run into that kid?
What you mean?
I think you saw one of them at the
Nike store.
No. Was that the Nike store?
When we was with Hector at the Nike store?
That, or I was thinking about when we was at the when Me You Real with ET and all them was there?
Oh no. I
Not
ran
that
into
kid?
a lot of kids up
Okay,
there too,
okay.
but nah. But nah, we ain't never ran into a particular kid.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so I say that to say, it's no 100% playbook on none of this shit. But I was gonna say, when you said that you were gonna use a building to leverage, to pay for college, right?
Yep.
College right now is probably about like $20,000 a year, and a lot of buildings make around that, right? Somebody paying you $1,500 a month for rent, that's like $18,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
So would you sell the building to pay for college, or let the
That's
the rent that people are paying cover college?
not selling the building, and that'll be like some unsolicited advice that I would give. Everybody got problems and like things that they be having to like, or people that they gotta support or things or whatever. Whenever you get a lump sum of money or have some money, do not take that money and use it to solve the problem.
I agree.
Because
Oh my
once
goodness.
it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be more problems. I'm trying to take that money, and for me, because real estate is the lane, whatever the lane is, I would take that money and invest it, and then be able to try to solve those problems off the dividends. So I wouldn't sell. I don't have plans on selling the properties that I have. Rent is only going up.
Yeah.
Right, so like college is
coming
going
back down.
right? College is gonna go up by the time I have a kid or kids and they go to college, but rent is gonna be higher as well. So no, I think we'll always keep them. I'm trying to continue to acquire more because that's where the lifestyle piece comes in, to be able to at one point in time, whenever I do be like, all right, we're gonna start touching it. I want to be able to have as much to touch as possible. You know,
How old are you right now?
33.
33, cool. So 43-year-old Nate, what did that look like? Not your kids. Like, what do you want for yourself that's gonna set up the lifestyle that you have in mind? Like, how does that look?
I'm gonna say diversification, because right now it's real estate. And even my diversification is within real estate. Like I got the rentals, and then I started doing
different lanes.
I started doing fix and flips in North Carolina. I need to get into some other places that are not real estate.
Okay.
Whether it's investing in people's businesses, whether it's stocks, whether it's whatever. I got to figure that piece out. So within the next 10 years, there's got to be some diversification. I say the other thing is, again, I said earlier, I feel like one of my biggest things that I'm proud about is being able to do what I want to do every single day. I want to be at 43 able to do that at a higher quality.
Yeah.
Right. And again, the connector of people, I want more people that's around me to be growing in those spaces as well.
So when you want to do those things,
1,000%.
Hey, yo,
I hate solo traveling.
we there.
Right. So it's like if you are only putting the plays together for yourself, then it's like,
Yeah.
there's nothing in that.
Absolutely, man. Hey, I want y'all to make sure that if y'all enjoying this conversation and everything like that, make sure that y'all subscribe to the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that y'all subscribe to the Patreon, get in the safe house, get in the shadow work group. To my shadow work group, we doing a real assignment this upcoming meeting, man. We gonna do some mind mapping. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what mind mapping is, just be prepared. I got y'all. Outside of that, man, make sure I leave us a voicemail. Once again, the phone number is 773-340-1509. What else do they need to do for us?
Get in the Patreon.
Leave a motherfucking review on Apple or Spotify. That helps. Leave a review on Apple or Spotify. You know what I'm saying? Christmas coming up. Niggas need shit, man. Leave a review. What else we want for Christmas? Buy some John Basile.
Join the Patreon.
Come Chicago, take a drink with us. You know what I'm saying? You got
AMP. A man's perspective.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying that. You go first.
That's not how this goes, nigga. I don't have a man's perspective.
Flip that shit around.
Advice for boy moms, man. Today, I had a lot of moms say, like, boy, stop doing that. You too old for that shit. You too old for that. Is he really? Is he too old for that? If your son is 12 years old and he's still leaving his drawers inside of his pants when he take the pants off, and they like, you got to separate the drawers from the pants. You like, man, you too old for this shit. Is there an age restriction on the mistakes that we make? And if you haven't taught him how to do it, if you haven't set a standard for him, is he really too old for it? So I think that a lot of time in parenting, we have just, some impatience for certain behaviors, right? But we have to take a step back and own it as a parent and say, have I really took the time to teach my child to not do this thing that he's still doing, even though I feel like it's developmentally inappropriate for where he is right now, for the age he is right now. And sometimes you have to treat your child, not treat them, you have to treat them the age that they're acting. As far as like, I tell moms all the time, like, hey, when he come in the house, take the phone, make sure the game control and the remote control are already in your room, and tell him to do what you want him to do around the house, and he's getting that shit back when he's done. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you got to argue with him to get him off the game, to get him to clean his room, you just hustling backwards. And they say, he too old for that. I shouldn't have to take his phone. I should, all right, well, keep doing what you're doing there. You know what I'm saying? So it's just something that I want us to think about it as parents. You know what I'm saying? Is if your kid is displaying behaviors that you feel is just beneath them and they just too old for that, you got to stop and own that and take a step back. It's a sign as a parent, like, maybe I need to go over this again. Maybe this is something that I didn't put enough emphasis on. And this boy is going to be a husband one day. His wife don't want to peel his drawers out of his pants. You know what I'm saying? He going to be a father one day. His son don't want to trip over his pants with his drawers stuck in them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. So, stop telling your son he's too old for that, and make sure you get him on track to what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah. And I think a lot of women raise boys who they wouldn't date as men. You know what I'm saying? And just the coddling, the the babying, all of that type of stuff, because you're not seeing them. You don't see your son as a young man or whatever the case may be, but you continue that, especially if Pop's not around to not direct the behavior, but just to balance it out. Yeah. He's gonna grow up entitled. He's gonna grow up, just unattractive to a woman and not physically, just through actions and characteristics and behaviors or whatnot. Yeah. But for a man's perspective, I'm gonna stick with the delayed gratification. So you 33, I'm 34. I've had money and lost money a few different times in life, and I've always, even though I wasn't like splurging on things, I was in early 20s. Ain't gonna lie, I was collecting experiences. You know what I'm saying? I traveled a lot from like 20.
What were these experiences, Jones?
I traveled a lot from like 23.
That's what I want to be able to do with y'all. I want to talk.
We're gonna go on Patreon.
We gonna talk on Patreon. But I traveled a lot between the ages of like 22 to like 28, 29, or whatever the case may be. So I ain't gonna lie, all extra money that I was getting, I looked at $300 as a plane ticket. Yep. I didn't look at it as shoes. During that time, oh my God, my clothes was horrible. I look back at pictures. I'm like, what the fuck am I wearing? What did I get? I bought some.
The beach is the outfit.
The beach is the outfit.
1,000%.
You know what I'm saying? Now I wouldn't trade that because like my intentions was in the right place. So my point is, you got to leave room for failure. What'd you say? The chief of reality or something?
Chief reality officer.
The chief of reality officer, right? So I had aspirations, dreams, goals, the work ethic that goes along with it. I was headed down the right path. Those things just wasn't for me. I for sure thought I was going to be a millionaire by 30. You know what I'm saying? I thought and I had the same mindset as far as wanting residual income. You wanted residual income through real estate. I wanted it at that time through network marketing, or whatever the case may be. Picked up a whole bunch of skills along that way, which is serving me right now today. But as you on your journey, leave room for failure. And if you are 30, this is what I would tell my 30-year-old self. I wouldn't say slow down on the chasing dreams, but start working on like something that's for sure, that's guaranteed. Because 4 years is gonna pass from regardless, and it's gonna pass quick. You know what I'm saying? A lot of success, real success, takes 3 to 5 years. So even if it ain't fully in place, if you 28, if you 27, like, chase your dreams, but account for redirection. I don't even want to say failure, because whatever you learn in that season is gonna go in your toolbox where you pull it out later. Yep. But just start working on something that's kind of like quote unquote guaranteeing. And that could be a skill, that could be a trade, that could be skill or trade, because the skill is that's wide. So yeah. just leaves some room for adjustment.
Absolutely, man. You know, and to the boy moms, I mean, this is my new tagline: "Boys will be boys until they become men." You like that?
Boys,
I like that.
That's fire.
I like that. I like
it was
that.
okay.
I think it was decent.
It was all right.
Niggas over there ain't even paying attention. Fuck y'all. Hey man, if you're chasing anything in life, remember to give it everything you got, man. Keep your foot on the gas. Decide, plan, sacrifice.
Shoot to shoot.
We out. Patreon time.
God in the king.
Are you